Kilimanjaro team met up at CBC Africa head office in Sandton, Johannesburg to retell their stories, reflecting on their unforgettable experiences. Alex Livener, Group Marketing Manager, was responsible for logistics.
In terms of governance and in terms of risk, we had to plan which of the executive team, because there were quite a few executive team members flying, who could fly with whom in terms of if things should go pear-shaped. We don't have the most important people all on one plane.
The last meal within South Africa before we head out.
Hi! Hey there, Quint. All set to go?
We ready to go? Say hello, Nola.
We went from South Africa, or Tambo, and we landed at Jomo Kenyatta Airport in Kenya, and then went over to Tanzania on another Air Kenya flight. Then we got to Kilimanjaro International Airport, really small airport, but you could see that people came here for a purpose. Everyone either came there to climb Kilimanjaro or visiting family. You get there that day, and all that happens is you literally just, the next morning, you're going to climb a mountain. The biggest in Africa, and it doesn't even feel like anything was about to happen. We woke up the next morning and we got our tour guides, and those guys sort of spoke to us, and from then we went through to the mountain.
Let's go, Kili! Let's go! Let's go, Kili! Let's
The ride
go!
from the town of Moshi to the start of Rongai route, the only northern approach to the mountain, takes 2 to 3 hours. At the gate we meet our porters, and the hike begins to Simba Camp, which is at 2,626 meters. We assume our military formation, which is predetermined on the previous hikes in Suikerbosrand, Henops, Hekpoort and Sentinel Peak in the Drakensberg.
When we were planning and doing these treks, people used to wonder why I was making people lead and walk in a particular marching order. It was to try and see every person's strengths and weaknesses, because when you walk as a team and done it in high altitude, and the various challenges that people face, all these things were to see the strength levels, the fitness levels of people, and the order of march. I think that paid off in terms of having everybody in buddy pairs. So I think those were some of the preparations that we had to go through, which you guys may have been conscious or not, but unconsciously it was all working towards a plan.
I have been nominated as the team leader for this expedition. I am the last person in the formation and, therefore ironically, lead from behind, where I'm able to guide and control the pace and the slackers. We huddle before we set off to reiterate our goal to leave no one behind. It's a team effort and a dream for us all to reach the top, Uhuru Peak, together. Not long on our walk, and the gods decide to bless our hike by opening up the skies and cleansing our group.
That day, it was absolutely pouring. Just as we started raining, absolutely pouring. We got to our first peak, and the funny thing was that first day we had these kids who actually started walking with us.
They were coming back from school, and it just makes you wonder, I'm doing this for fun. They are actually living in this environment. For me, it's a once-in-a-lifetime adventure. They're living the adventure on a daily basis.
We all had our boots on and our rain kits and our backpacks, and we were like ready to go. And next minute there were these kids next to us, and they just had no shoes, tattered clothes, sopping wet. We were all completely miserable because we thought, okay, well, we're going to spend the next 8 days sopping wet and in the rain. And there they were singing and dancing, and it just completely lifted the mood, and it just put life into perspective. Like, if they can laugh about it, then we definitely should be able to.
As we walk, we can't see this mountain we want to own. The mist is too thick. When the clouds part, the first sight of the mountain is revealed in its full glory. She is majestic, but inviting. Today's relatively easy hike takes us well into the moorland. The morning conversation is a mere echo of the group's typical dynamics. The walk is a gradual, never-ending incline which rises over 800 meters through the heath. Finally, the camp arrives. It offers the most beautiful panoramic view of the two surrounding peaks and the valley, a distance below with clouds covering the horizon.